Okay. Welcome back, everybody. We are a little bit ahead of schedule, which I think is a nice thing. But please remind your colleagues, your friends that everything is being recorded. So if you missed anything, the recordings will be available for quite some time after the conference. So it's now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker. Amy Cavell. Amy graduated from Eastern Michigan University with a Bachelor of Science in Occupational Therapy and a Family and Children's Specialty Certificate in 1989. She is currently the rehab clinical leader at the Culpeper, which is a continuing care facility right here in our region. She has worked there for 10 years. The majority of her career has been spent with the geriatric population in home health, nursing homes, and assisted living environments, and she's had a lot of experience in this area. Amy did a presentation for us early on in the pandemic, and I'll just say that I am still following some of her strategies and tips that I learned from that initial presentation. I think that you will find some very tangible strategies for caregivers. I'm really excited that she was able to join us today. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Amy. Just one final reminder, we will be doing a final raffle after Amy's presentation. After we go through the Q&A with Amy, we will do a final raffle, so don't go away. And Amy, over to you.
Thank you so much, Ellen. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Yes, I did do this presentation several months ago, but what I think is it can be applied to any part of your life at any time. And if you're having a crisis situation, I always try and go back to this presentation. I use it all the time too, especially with burnout from the pandemic. It's always good to start back over and learn some of the strategies that hopefully I'll present to you today. So the next screen. A few months ago, you could have had all your ducks in a row. A year ago, you had all your ducks in a row. We're just sailing through, and all of a sudden things hit. The pandemic, a disease process, someone gets sick in your family, something happens, your situation changes. Next. So then you have to start asking questions. Am I going to be okay? Is my family going to be okay? What am I going to do? What if I get sick? What will happen to me, my family, my friends? You start asking questions. This change, it can be daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, but we need to always remember to remain flexible in all aspects of our life. And that can mean good things and bad things. Overall, I think during this time and in the future, we need to make the best out of each and every day. So we're going to jumpstart our day and we are going to follow the following tips are like jumper cables for your morning. There's one screen I didn't include, which I probably should have, is there's a clean slate. And I think, I'm sorry that this didn't show up on the presentation, but I think you're always starting over. You start getting into a routine of something and something happens and you have to start back over. And so this is a good place to start. Whether you decide to leave your residence or not, or if you decide that whatever you decide you need to do, the first thing you want to do when you get up in the morning is get some energy going, get your blood flowing. And music is an awesome way to get things going. I know whenever I feel stressed out, playing some music always helps me out. So research shows that morning exercise is the best in reducing stress and helping you burn more fat throughout your day. Exercise also releases endorphins, which have good mood boosting superpowers. So you start your day off with a good dose, and that will help you through the day. There's different ways to get your exercise in. There's a lot of new apps and new fun devices that people have a lot of fun with. Oh, how many steps did you do today? What did you do? How much? How long? Okay, so those are fun interactive devices that you can share amongst each other or just for yourself. So the next several slides just talks about exercise. Exercise is good, and I tell people all the time, moving is better than sitting. My big thing is you sit and then you rest. So you have to keep moving. So the next several slides have to do with exercise. And there's progressive exercises, but some, just to start, is to start walking around and start increasing that time of walking around the house, walking down the road, walking a little bit further each day. Marching in place is excellent exercise to do. Looking over your shoulders, looking back, using your whole body to move. Reaching for the sky, reaching up. Again, get that adrenaline moving. Next slide. And then the next slide. Thank you. And we can go for more. If you feel like you're doing good with that, you start working out on deeper things, the squats, which works with your legs, the bigger muscles, your shoulder blades, squeezing your shoulder blades back. There are some better slides as we get further that actually show how to do each of these exercises. So we continue to do, starting at the head, you go to your shoulders, and then you go down to your legs and just keep moving. So the next several slides are different exercises of the ones I just explained of how to go about doing different exercises. Depending on your safety, you can do them without something in front of you, or if you're strong enough, you do them without something in front of you, but always be safe. Not only do caregivers need to be doing this, anybody needs to be doing this, even the patient or the person who has a disease process. All these exercises are great to keep people moving. Standing leg exercises. Keep those legs kicking out. I sometimes do that when you're brushing your teeth in the morning. Start kicking those legs. I think the best exercise that I love everyone to do is the shoulder blade squeezes. That works on your posture. When you work on your posture, you're working on your breathing. You're breathing deeper. You're just getting more blood flowing and more alertness. Excellent exercise to do. Go back down to the triceps. Do those easy exercises. Hamstring curls. That's the next slide. Hamstring curls, and then shoulder extensions. Again, the picture on the left is really showing that person with an excellent posture. So again, deep breathing, good posture, good balance. So you don't always have to do these in standing. Modify. A sit-up, you don't have to get all the way down onto the ground and lay there and have to struggle getting up. You can sit and angle back in a chair and still do the same kind of exercises at a different level. So as exercise is important, you can't forget to fuel up. Everybody has to have fuel in their tank. You can't get anywhere in a car if you don't have fuel. So what you put in your body is the results that you get. And so eating healthy is such an important part. of taking care of yourself. So, of course, you want to ask the doctor before you start making any changes, either physically or nutritionally, making sure that you are going to be eating the correct food. Best thing of the day, you can go to the next slide. The next, the best thing in the morning is eating. Eating can be so positive. You can go to the next slide. You need a jump start. You need a jump start in the morning with good food. It helps your body start burning metabolism and just gets your energy going. Next slide. And then the next slide. If you eat right, it helps you gain focus, you get more energy, you're productive throughout the day. So excellent eating well starting at the beginning of the day. If you exercise at the beginning of the day, you start eating better. You start doing healthier things for yourself if you start off the beginning of the day with a healthy attitude. So along with the nutrients is water. Next slide. Make sure you hydrate. You know, you can have a cup of coffee. Coffee is a diuretic, but a cup of coffee can get you jump started. Nothing wrong with that. But then switch over to water. Water is a great hydration. The next several slides are some really yummy ideas for breakfast. I believe you'll have these handouts. So these are really good recipes that you can put together and have everything prepared to run out the door if you need to eat healthy. So we have the banana split oatmeal recipe. You can go forward on the slides. And then there's a frittata, which has the good healthy vegetables with the eggs and the protein. You can have yogurt, Greek style yogurt with fresh fruit. There's a lot of healthy snacks that are easy to grab. You don't have to grab a bag of chips. All of the things listed on this, they come in really easy grab and go containers that are so healthy for you. There's 2 whole lists of healthy stuff that you can have prepared throughout the day. So, as I said, hydration is super important. I don't know if anybody's heard of this technique, but having warm water in the morning with adding a little lemon is great for removing toxins from your body and helps with your digestive tract, which also stimulates your digestive system and helps even support weight loss if that's what you're looking for. But a good, refreshing day. The next 2 slides have some places that you can go to on the internet that can provide you some more resources for healthy eating. So we've gotten through the exercise, we've gotten through the nutrition. Now it's cleaning up our act. Just as important is taking the time to brush your teeth, clean your house, making your bed. Those are all really good things that people need to not forget. I think when we get stressed out, people say, I'll brush my teeth later, or no, I don't need to make my bed this morning, or it will just leave the house a little dirty. But actually, when you're done and it's refreshed, it makes your attitude pleasant. So keeping up with those accomplishments in the day that you can actually see or touch. So enhancing your mental fitness, remember to practice optimism and gratitude. You can switch to the next slide. Smile at yourself. If you're not, posture and smiling can make others feel better, make you feel better. It is proven that when you smile and when you're positive, you'll send out more neurotransmitters that release those good endorphins that help you feel better and will help other people feel better at the same time. So start with a positive note. Take time to self-reflect. Sometimes taking just 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, write in a journal, when you're in the car driving, sit for a few minutes and self-reflect. I tend to like to exercise in the morning. I can self-reflect, I can get my thoughts together, I can have my positive attitude and know that I have started my day off well. Taking care of things, of course, as a caregiver, you have to take care of a lot, but making sure that you get the time that you need to have that time to self-reflect. Don't be held captive to technology. I think that is probably the worst thing right now, is having that too much technology. It can be a good thing, but there's a lot of bad things with too much TV, too much news, too much putting yourself into different mindsets. So just maintaining, not spending a lot of time attached to your phone or to the internet or even into the TV. And on occasion, it's okay to take a rest, to relax, to unwind. Take a nap. Love to take a nap. Always refreshing. And one of the things that I say with taking a nap is a lot of people fall asleep in their lovely, comfortable recliners, but laying flat and relaxing your whole body, relaxing your whole mind can help you get through the rest of the day. So mindfulness is a great practice. It's like meditation in your daily routine, kind of keeps you grounded. So taking the time to learn some meditation techniques is super important. I had one technique that I used, and I still use, is thinking about when you're eating, just taking the time to reflect what you're eating. Where do you think it came from? Who's touched all that food? How did it get there? Who delivered it to the stores? Who was the farmer that made that food? Just really think about those things and be grateful for where this food has come from. Being mindful of that, being mindful of your body, what's aching, what hurts, what's tight. Being mindful of those things makes you more in tune with your body and in tune with other people. If you start feeling irritable during the day, stop and reset yourself. And once you start this technique, you can stop yourself at throughout different times of the day and reboot. I know with the group of people I work for, lunchtime's a good time for us to get things out and then reboot ourselves for the afternoon. So using friendship and coworkers and other people to provide you with that jump start. So here's a simple meditation in the morning where you get comfortably seated, you set the timer, and you focus your eyes or close your eyes and you focus your breath on your breathing. One technique is inhaling through your nose. You can move the slides forward. Inhaling through your nose for 4 counts. Retain the breathing and then exhale either through your nose or through your mouth for 8 counts. So it's so when you're breathing, really focus on the exhalation and then the inhalation and holding and then releasing. The more you release the air out of your lungs, the deeper the breath that you'll take. And you'll notice you'll be rejuvenated from this. Every time you notice your mind wandering, you gently try to bring it back to focus on your breath. When the timer goes off, release your counting but stay seated with your eyes closed for a moment so you can enjoy that moment of relaxation. Visualize yourself. Open your eyes, draw arms to the sky for a stretch. Cats have the best stretch, don't they? Then move on with your day and try and stay calm with your energy. I just threw this little cartoon in. I thought it was cute. Everyone's stretching, and I don't know, at my age, I'm creaking and cracking. So there you go. Snap, crackle, and pop. You don't need the cereal. Carry relaxed state of mind over to our body with a few stretches for your lower and your upper body. Again, always contact your doctor. They say no pain, no gain. That's not true. If you have sharp pain, there's something wrong, or you're not doing the exercise correctly. Stop. But if there's a moderate discomfort, then that means that you're probably getting yourself into a good stretch. Always when you're stretching, you want to hold each stretch for 30 seconds. And then you want to do it 2 or 3 times per side. That when you're stretching, we're getting into stretching exercises now. There's the cardio, kind of moving around exercises to wake you up. And then there's the stretching that works on really trying to get some more movement through your body. So lower body stretches that you can do. You don't have to get down on the ground to do some of these stretches. You can lay on your bed and do the same stretch. Some of the stretches can actually even be done sitting, but those are all really good stretches. Not only you need that flexibility for balance, as long as also for strength. You need strength, and you need stretch and flexibility for balance. Hamstring stretches in standing. There's hamstring stretches in sitting. There are stretches for the upper body, being able to, again, we're back to the posture, sitting up straight, and just being able to stretch your neck muscles back and forth. Sometimes you don't even need your hand, but your hand does help pull that stretch into a deeper stretch. The doorway stretch is a really excellent stretch. Again, it's that same one that I really like, where you pull your shoulder blades together. This one, you can get into even a deeper stretch by using the doorway to place some pressure into your pectoralis area. Again, if you're sitting at a desk on the computer all day, typing away, you start hunching over. You sit in a car, you're hunching over. You're watching TV, you're hunching over. This is the reverse of that. So excellent stretch to do. So you have to take care of your emotional stretch. You have to be, or your emotional self. You have to be kind to yourself. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. We are not perfect. We definitely sometimes are too hard on ourselves. As caregivers, sometimes we feel like we have to be there all the time and we have to be perfect. Well, you know, sometimes that just isn't possible. But do the best that you can, and that'll get you a long ways. So people are either a cup half full or a cup half empty. Which one are you? Hopefully it's the cup half full. So if you're always looking at viewpoints in a negative way, then you tend to have more stress and poor coping mechanisms. Whereas you're looking at the cup half full, you can have a great attitude and pass that on to other people. Your success is our success. We're more alike than we are different. We go through the same challenges during during different life challenges. Again, I hate to keep referring back to the pandemic, but we're still in it. And so we have to stick together, and we are a lot alike, and we need to be together as a team. We have to stop breaking up the divide between us, which happens on social media right now and on the news. Social contact is so important. I think we all missed it last year, not being able to contact each other, but great, we have Zoom, we have FaceTime. We've learned some different ways to have contact. So if you're at home and you're a caregiver and you're missing the contact, there are different ways that you can have contact. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. You are not alone. Create a list of people that you can talk to. I have a friend that, I feel more comfortable talking about something, I'll reach out to that friend. That friend might not be as supportive as I want him to be in another situation, so I might reach out to somebody else. But find those people that you need some guidance through, and that can help you through things. You're not alone. If you share your problems, your burdens, if you share them with somebody, that helps take that off of you. Just expressing it takes a load off your back. You may not change anything, but it takes that load off of you. So finding safe ways to strengthen your social support right now through physical distancing and masking, but you still can go out and go for a walk and do things to get that social connection. Again, I talked about the Zoom and FaceTime and just talking on the phone. Allow time just to goof off. It's okay to goof off for a few minutes a day, not take everything so serious. You'll feel better, and you'll make other people feel better. So pressures from your new daily life, whether it be we're focused on the pandemic, we're focused on a caregiver that's spending their time taking care of people and feeling that they can't just be taken away from their environment. But nature is so, so important. There's nature around us, and it's free. Anywhere you go, you can find some nature out there. Sitting on your back deck and listening to birds chirping. Here in Culpeper, it's just at your doorstep. The next slide, please. It just adds to your curiosity. But there are some beautiful, beautiful areas around here, and we are getting into fall, and the fall leaves are, like things are changing again. So enjoy the beauty. And before you know it, the day is over. It's time to turn in. So sleeping well is so important. As a result of fear, many of us we start stressing. I know I tend to wake up in the middle of the night stressing over things that I cannot change in the middle of the night. So taking that off of your plate. How do you do that? One technique I use is I have a piece of paper next to me, and if something's worrying me, I stop, I write it down, I'm able to go back to sleep. There's not a lot of things you can do when you're in the middle of the night. You can't change anything. So some different keys to getting a good sleep or sleep hygiene. The next slide. Wake up every morning at the same time. I know people say, oh, it's the weekend, I can sleep all day. Actually, it's not that good for you to do that. That getting up and being in a routine every day actually works better. Trying to go to bed at the same time, trying to get up in the morning actually works better. And try to not have too much caffeine during the day. No more than 2 cups of coffee is plenty. Eat a light dinner at night. And I try to use this rule of thumb is not try to eat. I try at the 6 o'clock, not to eat or drink anything after 6, although sometimes with life, you can't get home and eat and be ready to be done with food. But 6 and 7, you don't need a heavy meal after that. It just makes for a bad sleep. Turn off your TV, computer, cell phone, tablet. Don't be on that bright light computer. Do something that's a little bit more relaxing, taking a bath, listening to soft music, doing your stretches, doing some gentle stretching, some meditation. That's going to help you unwind. Use the bathroom before you go to bed, because you all have to get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. So that might eliminate getting up 3 times a night. And try and get the lights off at the same time every night. And see, on this, I didn't even remember. Read a book, doodle on paper with a pen. Care for yourself, care for someone, just care. Care does not need powerful eyes or a cute voice or a lovely face. It always needs a beautiful, responsible heart with affection. Next slide. Every story has an end, but in life, every ending is a new beginning. And this is my favorite saying at the end of the day is, or throughout the day, a lot of times now, actually, in the morning, we got this. So keep that attitude that you got this. If you get to this point, I should have put on this. If you're having any problems, go back to the beginning and read through this again. And hopefully it will help you stay focused in the future. Thank you so much for your time with me. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, I'm open.
Amy, thank you so much. Like I said, such great practical strategies that we can all incorporate. I know we may not be able to change everything overnight or incorporate all of those strategies at one time, but I think, you know, even baby steps, you know, trying little bits at a time, incorporating, even if you just make a couple of changes towards a healthier lifestyle that will help you sleep better and make you feel better all around. I always think of that one, even from the last time of, you know, sleeping, try to get up the same time, even on the weekends. I'm like, I remember that slide about getting up and try to get up early on the weekends. And, you know, when I do that, I do feel better because, you know, you don't feel like you've wasted a lot of the day. You still have a full day, you know, you get up early and you still have a full day ahead of you. You can get a lot done. So, so many great tips. We've had some responses here. Great advice. Thank you so much. Didn't know if there were any questions. Please feel free to put them in the chat or raise your virtual hand by going down to the bottom of your screen and clicking on the little raised hand there. We'll just give it a couple of minutes, you know, about a minute here and see if anybody has any questions or comments.
And you know what we could do while we're waiting for any questions is we could spin the wheel.
Oh, great idea. Let's ask Amy to spin the virtual wheel for us.
Okay, so Amy, you can raise your hand and spin the virtual wheel for our last door prize. Oh, Ellen's gonna do it. All right. There we go.
No. I was just like giving an example. Go ahead, Amy.
Okay.
Sorry.
Like, you just pretend to be spinning a wheel like this.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Wait a second. That's
me.
You won. And
oh my gosh.
Even rigged.
That is crazy. Oh my
goodness. It's the power of positive thinking.
Okay.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, that's awesome when we can reward our wonderful speakers with
I love that.
a wonderful prize.
Can you show Amy what she won?
Sure. Let's see. And that is the,
I promise everybody that was not rigged. That was really, that
well,
was
Amy
great.
was an attendee and we had all of
Yes.
our attendees loaded up on here to, and it's A Heart Full of Gems, which is the book from Teepa Snow. And it's a wonderful book.
Kind of goes through, yeah, all those different levels of dementia. And it's great. It can be for children, but it can be for anybody, really. It's I'll probably swing by and give that to you in person, Amy.
Thank you. I probably will donate it to the facility, so maybe other people can also read it. So
Oh,
thank
that's
you so
nice. You have a library there, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I
I'll
think it
bring
would
it,
be
I
really,
will personally bring it over to y'all.
I think a great addition for people here.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was wonderful.
All right, and we're just, while we're waiting for any potential questions for Amy, Stephen Murphy says, great advice, thanks so much. I put Amy's contact information in there, but just to remind everybody that there is going to be, that the exhibit hall, which you can get to from agingtogether.org, is going to be open for a long time after this conference, so that you can check out all these wonderful sponsors, and we'll try to load up more things on there so that it's available to you. Also, just to let you all know, at the conclusion of the conference, we are going to send out some emails with a evaluation forms. And actually, since I got it right here, I'm going to just, for those of you who would like to get started, I'm going to drop that into chat. And we'd really appreciate you giving some feedback on the conference as we plan for future events. And we all are thinking that, you know, this event will come back to be, you know, live, but perhaps it'll be live and virtual to make it convenient for everybody. But the more feedback you give us, the better. And Stephen asks, will the recorded sessions be available so my mom can watch? Most of them should be. As you can imagine, the keynote speaker was a very prestigious program, and they've got some copyright restrictions on that. So we're working on how we can use that recording and share it with you,
Yeah.
and how long we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, and actually, Steve, I can just let folks know that Aging Together, through the funding that we received for this program, we were able to purchase a license so that we will be able to show Melanie's presentation from Positive Approach on our website for a year
Oh, good.
after. Yeah, so we did get that. We were able to purchase that license to be able to do that. Both
Excellent.
sessions will be up for a year. Yeah.
Great.